Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for the 27th of April. So with the S&P 500 here, I just wanted to talk about this correction here mainly. We're looking at wave 4 here with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now the problem with this particular wave 4 here is that, well, first of all, from the low of wave 2 to the top of wave 3 here, the 38.2% retracement level comes in around here. So we're still a long way from it pulling back to its natural place here for this. So it's sort of also too with, when we do a trend channel for Elliott Wave as 1 and 2 and 3 here, well then it's quite typical wave 4 normally breaks the trend line through here as well. So that's just a typical thing as well in this degree of structure. So, we can look at it as an A wave down here, an A, B and a C back up to here. And then moving down through here. This has sort of been on my mind a little bit. But at the same time, we're seeing stocks that can place wave 4 in this space here. One of them is, this is just a tick chart, which is Amazon here with a nice A, B and C wave here being completed, and then looking like moving off. Sure, it could get more complicated over here and so on, but I'm just pointing out that some stocks have got this wave 4 here completed. So I'm not really sure if we should take it from this low here, which really makes the whole correction really quite small. It makes it small compared to the length of wave 3 here. See, when you look at wave 1 here, you can see it's got a nice sort of 50% balance here, and it's rebalanced, hasn't it? It's done its distribution and accumulation here as well, and so this should just be bigger here. So I'm thinking that my first thought that was maybe I've made a mistake and we need to put this wave 4 here. That's a probability as well, but that doesn't really work for the Nasdaq, unfortunately. So we're kind of stuck with this. So we're kind of stuck with the situation. Well, do we have this as an A wave here, an A, B, C for the B wave and 5 waves down for the C wave here? Or are we going to find, say, support here at the 4,200 and then move up from that point there, or do we look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 moving up through here? So I guess at the end of the day, what sort of happens is that we're at this 4,200. So we've had a good reaction from that level. So we could look at the first high above the level, then maybe some sort of little move here. And then we see a larger sort of ABC pattern here based on just the price here. If I move into the 1 hour chart here, we can start to go over that a little bit. First of all, the move down from the top here, from wave 3 here, counts as an A and a B and a C wave here. So it's corrective. So it's possible to put green wave 4 here. I'm just saying it's possible to do that. It's just that it hasn't pulled back down to its 38.2% retracement level, so that bothers me. So even if we call it an A, B, and C here for the A wave here, and then look at this as an A wave up here, a B wave here, and then basically 5 waves up here for wave B here, and then we look at coming down for wave C here in 5 waves. So we would be looking at an expanded flat correction because we've taken this high out through here. So if it's an expanded flat correction, well, wave C will take wave A out here as well before pushing up through here. So yeah, look, that's on my mind, but we also need to play for the long side as well. So we need to consider wave 4 being in play here and looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here. And we could look at this as wave 3 here and 4 and 5. Yes, there will be overlap in that. Or we could look at all of this move up here as wave 1 and back for wave 2 here. So we're moving into if the market's bullish on the Friday, then, the Monday can follow through, which it has done, and we start to see some profit taking on Tuesday, and we get Wednesday and Thursdays, which I call the swing days. They're the ones that can, in a bullish weekly cycle, take out your stops. So really, if the market's going to push higher, we really need to get through that Wednesday, Thursday calamity before, we need to survive that. So it's a bit tricky because it's still in a rock and a hard place, because if it's going to correct down to wave 2 here, and let's just say that it pushes up from that point, that's a lot of heat to take on, because we do have long trades in the market with these, so and the Nasdaq as well. So we need to manage that as well. So we need to come to, some type of conclusion where we can obviously, take some profit from our trades, but then also be mindful that the market can push up, and where would we get in, and how would we do that, and also to, not to get caught up in this here either, because, this market pulling back here can be wave C, or it could be just wave 2. So you might short it in here and get trapped, and then push up here again. So this is a very tricky area to get through, I have to say. So we need to be a bit careful. So the stocks are telling me that wave 4 is in play here, and we're going to be going higher. That's what it's sort of saying. So we need to understand this move here. We could say that, or from wave B to wave C here, or even from this wave 2 here to wave 3, or to wave 1 here, it's going to be the same pattern. We're still going to get 5 waves in here, and like this one here, we've got the strong third wave in the middle here. So this would be the strong third wave in the middle here as well. So we can look at these as 1s and 2s in here, and the 3s and 4s here, and 5s here. So we could actually be finished right here for this. On the tick chart, it seems to want to push a little bit higher. We're obviously going to get, we've had that strong sell-off here from that particular high here. Normally the second time around it's not as fierce, because it's already soaked up some of that supply there. Supply just meaning sellers. So now it's kind of sitting on top here as support, isn't it? But it still may, wiggle around a little bit in here as well, just based on being at the old high here. Look, there's a couple of important things here. First of all, the trading levels. We've got 100 here, and the next level, minor level, is 200. So that's going to be, this one here is going to be the sort of line in the sand, if you will. So we can just lift that up a little bit, give it a bit of definition. So really it's all about that 4,200. So getting support on that is really what we need to add to long trades in this situation. So we have positions in here at the moment, but we would need to find, to add to the positions, or you put any new trades in, we'd have to have a nice support on that level. So in that space, we would need to see, the arrival here, the reaction, first high above the level, and that becomes our reference point. So we can look to go long above that first high above the level there. Now that may take some, work to do. We may be able to get a better position in here as well, but what you need to take away is you need support on that 4,200 to go long the next time around, unless you can see something in this pullback here that we have here at that point. So buying new highs and selling new lows, it may not seem like the right thing to do at the time, but it's certainly got the house edge, and if that's what you're looking for, then that's another little edge you can, tick that box, so to speak. So yeah, I mean, quite naturally here, it looks like we've got wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 finished here for wave C of B here. So it is possible for this to work lower from this point here. When I have a look at this on the tick chart, this move here, it still seems that we have, more to go within all of this here to the upside. So I was just looking at it on the 100 tick chart here, wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C wave here for green wave 4 here. And then looking at this as wave 1 here and 2 here, because it's got a nice impulse wave here. We've got 3 waves here, 5 waves here, and 3 waves in the correction here. So it's got all the impulsive attributes, and it's also taking out this high here. But being as old and crusty as wise as I am, I still need to consider this being a corrective pattern. It's simple as that. And as an expanded flat, it would be 3 waves here, A, B, C for 3 waves here for the B wave taking out the top here and then moving down here. So an expanded flat correction is the market moves up here, moves down in 3 waves, moves up in 3 waves, but takes the top out here for that, and then has 5 waves to the downside here. So it's a trap for and taking the low out here as well for that. So this is the pattern that we could be up for here. I just don't know. That's the reality of it. So because I don't know, then we could look at, well, that 4,200 as support. That would be our next sort of thing to look at here. So in looking at this pattern from the low here, before it looked like it was finished here for this, but I think we've still got a wave 4 here and a wave 5 to go up here to finish this off here. To finish it off as a wave 5 here, so 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the 3rd wave, and the 4th wave here pulling back to the 4th wave of 1 lesser degree, and then the 5th wave here giving us the first high above the level. Now that can be wave 3, it can be wave 1, it can also be wave 1 here as well. So it could be 3B or 1 here. So I know that's not very helpful, but the helpful point here is that what this count would do, if correct, would give us that first high above the level. Now, from that point, we can go long from there. That's simple as that. Or we can find the second high and go long from that point. And thirdly, if these don't get triggered, then it doesn't matter because we'll be coming down here further and we'll be able to pick that up tomorrow. So that's the trade setup, the next trade setup for this. If you are long here, then you definitely need to consider taking some money off the table, anywhere from the 4,180 to, well, the 410 if we get lucky enough to push up there. But I'll just put that over here for that, and I'll leave you to decide that. It may be even something that you could take profit or exit the trade if the 4,165 becomes the retested resistance at that point. The normal thing with the trading levels is that we've got 4-2 here, which is a minor level. Then we've got sub-levels here, which is 1, 2, and 3 here. And the normal thing is that when we're working with this number here, we would look at group 1 above and group 2 below. That would be our natural swing range. So if I was a trend trader, then I would be allowing that to that space for the market to play out in as a corrective pattern across this level. Because if the top of group 1, the 4230, finds a tested support, well, then the market's going to go up from that point. And if this becomes the resistance here, then it's likely, well, it's going to be pulled down to the 50 at that point. It may find support there depending on a few things. So if we look at all of this going up here, we'll take it to the 4210. That would leave the 61.8% close to the 50 here. So it's possible that the market, if we looked at this as wave 1 here, then or 5 waves up here for wave 1, then an ABC pattern here, well, then it can come back to this place here in this instance. So there is a bit of a caveat on that range here for this particular count, but normally that's the swing range there that I would accommodate if I wanted to stay in the trend. The Nasdaq is much the same as well. So with the Nasdaq here, we've got wave 1 and we've been working through wave 2, as you know. Wave 3, we've traded up through here, we've gotten out here, we've gotten back in over here, a little bit dangerous, but once again, the 38.2% retracement level is back down at 13,500, and we're a long way from that. We've only pulled back down to the 23.6. So yeah, once again, we haven't taken out the top here. Is it possible that we've got, well, I just have to look at it in two ways, really. Wave 4 being in place and, going long here, which we have been doing, but also being mindful that because we got 5 waves in this first leg here, I knew that we'd get a second, lot here, and that's the the normal resistance here at the 61.8% here. So we're above that. But still, we can have an expanded flat that takes out the top here and then pulls back down here. And that would be like a Wednesday, Thursday thing if that was going to occur. So yeah, I'm no better off than I was yesterday, except that the market's moved along a little bit further in this case. It's just hard to say which is correct. On the hourly chart here, just to drill in a bit. Well, this is the expanded flat picture here, really. So wave 3 up here, well, it's not even expanded flat because it hasn't taken out the top here, so it can just be a regular flat, but still 3 waves here for the A wave, an A and a B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the C wave of B. And for this, well, then we'd be looking for 5 waves down here, third wave sort of coming in around here somewhere. So that's all possible. It's still possible. So that's the way the cookie can crumble. I mean, we could call this, on the positive side, we could call this wave 1 here and 2 here. And it's a bit funny to call it wave 3 here because it's just, it's got nice form, but would expect it to be longer. It is longer than wave 1, but wave 4 would come back to the previous wave 4 here and overlap it. So if it was going to be anything, really, it would have to be wave 1 here again, coming back for a wave 2 over here somewhere for that, in that regard. So we'll have a look at it on the tick chart. I don't know if it was 100 ticks or 20 ticks. We'll just check. It must have been 20 ticks. But maybe I didn't update it at all. No, it must have been 100 ticks or not at all. Let's just check it here. All right, I started to do it right. So it's just 100 ticks. So it's possible to call an ABC here because that's also down in 3 waves as well. We can get 5 waves out of it, but a bit of a long shot. It's come really close to the bottom here, I have to say, as well. I mean, with a B wave, it's okay to take the bottom out, but it has left us with the 3 waves to the downside here for that, either way. But it's kind of interesting on the long side here. We've got, well, even if I just take all of this as 1 and 2 here, I could probably put wave 2 over here as well for that. But let's just say, calling this an ABC for wave 4 here, it still looks like this wants to go up here because I can count 5 waves here for 1 and 2. I can count 5 waves here, so I can't call that wave 3 because it's too small. Doesn't count very nicely as 5 waves here. It almost counts as 3 waves here. It's almost like we could put this over here and look at this as a C wave here as a running flat. There's an A and a B and a C for running flat, but I can't do that straight up because I'd really need to pull that apart. But then just looking at this here as 1 and 2 and 3 and maybe 4 here and 5 here, it just seems that there wants to be more upside here for this. So that may be the same with the S&P as well. So I was counting this from this wave 4 here at least as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So the third wave is just not finished yet here, and the fourth and the fifth wave here. And if that's the case, well, when that wave 3 comes in, that will be the B wave here for that. If not, well, then we'll come in for wave 4 here and then go up for wave 5. So we still need these here, these 3, 4, 5s to play out in here to finish this off here. So it's looking quite good in powering along, so to speak, you know. So in this case, what I've done, we've got a couple of long trades here. We can put that up into here somewhere. Could probably even go much higher than that, but I just really want to work through the 14,000 first of all. But what I thought we should do is take some money off the table here for this. So anywhere above the 14,000, you could even just have a little trading stop, maybe under here or under here, and then just keep lifting that up. But you kind of want to be, once you realize that you are near the top of B or 3 here, then you need to be looking at taking that money off the table there. So I'll put it, well, obviously the price is there. So anyway, I'll leave you think about it, but I think you should lock some in here, but also I think we need to stay in the trend as well. That's the, you know, putting the trader's hat on. Everything's going perfectly, really, from the trading point of view. It's just that the analyst is confused. So let's have a look at stocks. So Alphabet here, we've got a few trades from down here as well, with still in this as well. But I think the main point here is that this has still got further to go up. I think this is too small. This here to me looks like 5 waves, okay? But I think it's too small to put that here. So I think this needs to go up here and so on. So I think that we need to look at this as wave 1 here and 2 here. This is the 2,300, so it's the top of group 1. So we've got the arrival, the reaction, probably the first high above the level, some ABC pattern here, and then pushing up higher from that point. So we'll just stay in this trade. We don't need to do too much about it. And I'll just bring Amazon over here because it's a chart. So yeah, with Amazon here, as I mentioned before, we've had this nice impulse wave down through here and a B wave to come into play, and then we worked out the C wave, and then we could work out where we had to go long. We had the stop under here. We've moved the stop up here. It's a nice little wave structure up here. Every trend has got a beginning, a middle, and end, so we can see the beginning in the middle here and the ending of the structure where it's getting tied. So it's going to roll over here. I don't know if this is wave 1 up here and back for wave 2 again. So up for 1, back for 2, up for 1, back for 2. That will take us lower. Or we've just got some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 moving up here. It doesn't matter. We'll just leave the stop out of the way to break even, cover cost, wherever that may be. We're still above the 61.8% mark of this, you know, move from here to here. So whichever it's going to be, we're safe and we're out of the way at this point. So let's just work out what we've got first. I mean, we should be taking out these highs here for this. So we should be ending up at 3.5 for this. So further upside here, unless this is going to get bigger and uglier as a wave 4, and that's possible. So all of this down for the A wave, a B wave in 3 waves, and then down for the C wave here. But at least we've gotten to break even at this point. And yeah, we just need to be, you know, that's what the S&P's doing, and the NASI, so that could be on the cards here. So we just need to be a bit mindful of that. Probably not the case, because I feel like this wave 4 here compared to this trend here is fine, you know, in terms of proportions and ratios and things. So I'm okay with that. Apple. So with Apple here, as you know, I've got wave 3 here with wave 4 and going up for wave 5 here. That's all cool. And then we're looking for an A wave down here, a B wave back up here as a little A, B, well not little, but an A and a B and a C wave coming in here. And then down for the C wave here for that. That's possible. The other possible thing for the upside here is looking at this here as an A wave down here, a B wave up here, and a C wave down here to make wave 4 over here, and then looking for this to continue to cruise up here. So from wave 4 to wave 5 here for this. I'd assumed that, I mean, we were already at the 61.8% mark roughly here. But I thought that would be pushing up to the 138, 140 into these old highs here. So it still appears that we're on that track for that. So let's just go in and have a look at that. So once again, we've got this situation where we've got wave 3 up here, and looking at this as an A and a B and a C for wave 4, bit of a long shot that. In this case here, we could also put, probably put this wave 4, copy this and put this over here as well, and look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here, because in this case we can look at that as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for that. It does count nicely up here as 5 waves though, but just saying, you know, it would be nice. I've got a few positions in here, as you know. We look to take percentage at the 135. It looks like we want to be pushing up here a little bit further because this appears to be corrective. And this looks impulsive to this point here. It could be an A and a B and a C, I guess, into here, but still short a bit here on that. Looks a bit impulsive down here as well. Yeah, we need to be a bit careful. Where can we put the stop for this? Let's just protect what we've got here, shall we? But what I was thinking is that obviously we've come up to the 135 here. We've got the arrival, the reaction. So in one way or another, hopefully we might get the first high above the level and then another corrective move here before seeing a move up. And then that would also be wave 4 sitting here. But we, you know, still got to be mindful of this here as well. This can all be an A wave to here, an A, B, and C wave up to here as well. So we just need to be careful. We don't have the one. We need to take profit because the 135 is a place where the market can fail. The more time it spends here, the better, of course. And making that first high above the level, which is probably on the cards, puts that in good stead as well. But let's just protect what we've got, take some money off the table, raise the stop up. Lock in a bit here. Look, it's not a lot, but if we get a trade set up over here, we can just go long again, you know. But we just don't want to take a loss if we don't have to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and square. So I'm not much help here as well in that the move down here can be wave 3 with an A wave, an A, B, C for the B wave, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down for the C wave here. It does appear that we've got 5 waves here. But at the same time too, I've been looking at this as being bullish as 1 and 2 and 3 and back for 4 and 5. We haven't overlapped wave 1, so we still can push up here for this being positive. Now, I know that at some point we're going to make new highs above here, and the reason for that is because this move down through here is in 3 waves. So it's bullish corrective, and that means that we will be taking that top out. We will be at 500. I don't know if we just go straight up to here first or we have to come back to here. It's probably likely based on what we're looking at that we're going to be going up here for that. So on the tick chart, let me just get in a bit more data. I mean, the thing that sort of haunts me a little bit is that, you know, the move down through here can be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So there's a good case for having this from wave B here going down to blue wave C in 5 waves of 1 and 2 here, and then going down further in that case, you know. So we've talked about that, but at the same time, we talked about going long above the 250. So that's okay at this point. I just want to give you this count because I was looking for an ABC pattern into this box here, and I'm getting more of a 5-wave structure here in terms of 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 5 little waves in here for 3, 4, 5 here for third wave, fourth wave, and then the fifth wave up here. I have to say the fifth wave is really quite long compared to the other guys here. Each one's been extending out further. That's okay. But that could also make this here as the A wave in 3, the B wave here, and this here. So if you are long in here, it's probably a good idea to take some money off the table. Pretty much in here, I think there's one more little push here for this to come, at least to finish off into that point. Yeah, sure, we can have an ABC and then push up again from that point, but I think getting to break even here with this percentage here would, or close to it. We're out of the way here for this as well. You could probably bring that up a bit further because any move down here would just bounce off that 250. So we could bring that and tighten that up in here for that. But I don't want to get any closer because I want to, the idea of taking a percentage here is to survive an ABC pattern here. Anyway, get this trade to break even, cover your costs. And Facebook, so with Facebook here we're looking for another move up as well, bit of a classic trading levels pattern across the 300 here with the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. The ABC is a little bit small for this so far, but you know, we're looking for indices to move higher and stocks to move higher, so this might be the time for that. So on the tick chart here, let's just bring in a bit more data. So here's another case for the ABC pattern to be in play here, and when I say a case for that is that yesterday we started to count 5 waves up. We didn't have the 5 waves yesterday, but then it pushed up. Well, we must have had them there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's just lost the plot. But anyway, 1 and 2 here, and then all this in here is the third wave somewhere. I'm just not sure if it's that high or that high. But anyway, the 5th wave here. So we're looking for, we've got an impulse wave to the upside. So we can look for a 50-60% retracement level. So that's going to be nice sitting back on the 300. So that's going to be, just give it a double support there. This probably, I haven't pulled this apart, but it probably be counted as impulsive. So that means that we could get another move down here for that. And I just wanted to say, if we do get this move down here, then this line here can be brought to this high. So if that drops from here, let's say, then you can use this line, bring that green line down to this one here as well. I mean, technically you could, based on this 5-wave structure here, you could buy on the 300. So maybe just getting a very small amount at that point. And if it became the retested resistance, which would mean a bounce and a move through it and then a retest, and then like that, and then it would have to fail at that point. So that's where the stop would go here and the short position would go here, change in trend at that point. So that's, if you bought here, that's what you would need to do for your stop. Okay. Okay, let's just see how that plays out. And Tesla. So, yeah, we'd been looking at this as an impulse wave down here. I know that it can be counted as an ABC pattern as well, but I've gone for the A wave here because the move up here, and this A wave is only in 3 waves. So I'm looking for a B wave, and then I was looking for a C wave up here in 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for that. There's a couple of things here. Well, first of all, we've reached the 61.8%. We've covered that little gap there probably, and we've checked in on the 800 here. So it's kind of telling me it's done its job up here and it can fail and move down from here now. But I just don't understand the wave count at this point, because I can label it, but I'll just be moving into the guessing game and it's not strong enough. So I was looking at it, as you know, as wave 1 here and 2 here and then 3 here and looking for 4 and then 5 here. But then it's just gotten really messy in here, and all I'm seeing is I'm seeing groups of 3 waves coming in across here. So I'm seeing it as corrective in here. We'll have a look, but I can't give you a clean count on it at the moment. So yeah, I was looking at it as an ABC for the A wave here, the B wave here, and then, I mean, maybe I've made my mistake in here somewhere, you know. Maybe it's been 1 and 2 in here and all of 3 and 4 and 5 in here, and we've actually done and dusted here, and this is actually 5 waves down here because, but it's hard to count at 5 waves down because I can count that as 5 waves here, there's 5 waves here, there's 5 waves in here, but wave 4 here overlaps wave 1 here for that. But it's possible to have, you know, if apart from that, that would be wave 1 there to the downside, and then that would be wave 2 there because we've got a nice A, B, C pattern here. Not a very nice C wave, I have to say, but it's still left us in 3 waves at that point. It's not over just yet. This can be brought as a long trade, that can be brought down to that high. In fact, now it can be brought down to that high. So that can be the long trade to the upside. I'm just saying, you know, putting the trading hat on. So, yeah, when I don't know what's going on, when you don't know what's going on here, the reality is that you haven't done your homework and you don't know what the previous count is, and that's correct in this case too, because I never really resolved this problem here by having wave 1 and wave 2 here for that, and then wave 4 here comes back and overlaps wave 1. So I don't think that's the case. So it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably something like this, and we're done and dusted here for this. But, you know, thinking that the other markets can go higher at that point, then, you know, but then we've got this problem. I don't have a nice clean 5 waves down here for this. I mean, that's 3 waves up there for that. So that means that, well, it's 3 waves up here now because it's the price dropped here and went through that low there. So it makes all of that corrective. We could probably get 5 waves out of this here with an ABC pattern back up here. So it's probably prudent to go short here, but then would be going against the rest of the market. Or would we, you know, with that wave 4 B wave high there? So that's a bit of a problem. It does look bearish to me, but this ABC pattern here is the issue. We'll just give it some time. Let's just see what we've got here for this. We'll talk about it more. Let's see what we get here. But it does appear that it wants to move down through here. Which would make this here a bit more relevant as well. I'm just thinking of it as a bullish move into this space. I'll just remove these here. I'm just thinking for a more bullish move, you know, if that was the case, then this could be, but it's just, I don't have 5 waves here, so I think it's probably looking at wave 3 over here for this. I don't know. I can't say. I can't call in a trade here just yet for this. But it certainly looks, because of that drop here, it leaves that as an ABC pattern. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I don't know. I'll just wait for a while and see what comes of it at that point. Okay, so this is something else. This is just gold, so that's not part of this video. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.